Hey, what is going on, everybody? It's Jacob. In this video, we are going to talk about a controversial topic: how to make money while you sleep. Okay, this is probably going to be a little bit different than what you think. I'm going to roll the intro. We'll jump into it. Alright, what's going on, everybody? So before we jump into it, as always, be sure to smash the like button. It's much appreciated. It gets the content out to more people, helps us grow the channel, and the audience that we have here on YouTube gets this information and the other information that we share here in the hands of more people, and it can really help them with their information business, with their online business. So give it a smash right now. It would be much appreciated. Okay, with that said, with that out of the way, controversial topic. Something that I don't typically talk about. It's not really the space that I like to play in. If you guys have watched this channel for any length of time, you know that I preach a few things that are a little bit different from the typical internet marketing world. I preach hard work, shockingly. I preach this isn't easy. I preach online business. It's not where you kind of turn your computer on, push a few buttons, and money appears. It's a matter of learning very set skills, engineering systems, and then implementing those consistently every single day to build momentum, get results, build more momentum, get more results, and things kind of compound from there. Okay. If you've been here for any length of time, you know that's the message. If you're new to the channel, that's what we're all about, accepting the fact that this online business game isn't easy and it takes work and learning and all those kind of things. Okay, so with that said, why am I making a video about how to make money while you sleep? Because that sounds very clickbaity, very, whatever, right? Very make money online kind of niche. But here's the thing. It is possible, just not in the way that it's being sold. So the way that it's sold is you can sleep 24 hours a day and you'll make money, right? The way that it's being sold is you can literally do nothing and go take a fucking nap and your business will spit out money. That's the way that it's sold, especially in like the hardcore make money online space, right? The biz op space. And that's not the reality, right? Like that approach of marketing works. It doesn't attract a particularly high caliber of client or customer because they're going into it with the expectation that they won't have to do anything, which is not a good place to start, especially in business, which is one of the hardest things you'll ever do in your life, especially if you really get stuck into it and stick with it. So that's not the reality, and that's not what I'm talking about here. What I am talking about here, though, is how you can make it happen if you're prepared to do the work, if you're prepared to put in the effort, if you're prepared to learn the things that you need to learn, then absolutely you can make money while you sleep. Okay, so how do we do that? Well, first things first is you're gonna have to work while you're awake, right? You're gonna have to put in the time in the hours that you are awake if you want to make money while you sleep. Okay, most days I'll wake up to new sales, new customers, all those kind of things, particularly because I'm in Australia and we're on the opposite time zone to where a lot of our business is in the US and the UK. And so, we typically bring in customers overnight. And so, yeah, I make money while I sleep, but the hours that I'm awake, I work, right? You guys get the point. You get the point that I'm putting across, okay? So how do we do that, right? It comes down to asset building. And this is a big focus of our company this year is asset building. And when I say assets, I don't mean like actual, real estate, stocks, those kind of assets. I mean building assets in your business that can be sold while you aren't there. Okay, so when you're first starting in the online space, 0 to 10K a month, this is less important because what you want to do in that phase is you want to be really just grinding it out and bootstrapping your way to those results. There's not many people that are going to come in and kind of automate their way to that mark quickly. The fastest way you can do that is by networking, is by talking to people directly, is by learning how to sell one-to-one and doing high ticket. Okay? So assuming you understand and appreciate that, once you've got that rolling and once you've got that moving and you've started making some sales and some money's coming in, you can really focus on, okay, so now how do I build assets and how do I build systems that can make this stuff happen for me when I'm not around, right? So that you can start to sell stuff without having to talk to people or be on the phone or do all those kind of things. What we're really heavily focusing on this year, in addition to our higher end programs that are kind of north of 5K, is where we're in the middle of a strategic rollout of a number of programs that have been they've been in the works, and we've been almost waiting to pull the trigger on them pending a few things, and they're going to be dropping throughout the year in that $500 to $2,000 price point, right? Programs that can be sold simply through a sales page. We don't need to jump on the phone with people. We don't need to talk to people in Messenger. Things that can be sold directly off YouTube, directly out of the Facebook group, directly off email, off ads, those kind of things. Assets that can be sold while no one else is around, right? So you create an asset that sells the thing, right? That could be a piece of content, that could be an email, and then it actually sells the asset being the saleable asset being the course or the information product. Okay, so that's what you have to start building. Right now, like I said, the fastest way to get moving in this space isn't to focus on those things. It's to focus on going directly to the source, getting your product, starting to connect with people and starting to sell. That's going to bring in money faster than getting out there and trying to build a course and automate everything from day one. Okay, but once that's moving and you're selling stuff, you can start to integrate these assets and systems and stuff to sell more while you're not around. Couple of tips around doing this and doing it effectively. Don't charge low prices if you want to make these assets things that make you seriously good money over an extended period. If you're earlier in your journey and you don't have a massive audience, you're simply not going to generate the traffic that you need in order to move the needle on your income by selling something for $50. It's just not going to happen. So in order to really leverage the audience that you do have, put higher tickets on the stuff that you're selling right now. Obviously the stuff needs to be good and it needs to be worth the price that you're charging, but assuming that it is, you need to become comfortable selling things for a higher price. When it comes to creating and rolling out these assets, there's two approaches that you can take. You can either create them and then launch them, or you can pre-sell them. Okay, I've done both of these. They both work. It just depends on your situation, your strengths. If you're a bit of a perfectionist, pre-selling this stuff can be really effective. If you don't really want to teach it live or kind of go through it directly with people, you just want to roll the content out, then setting yourself aside however long it's going to take you to do it, you get it done, you release it. Okay, like I said, we've done both in our business. They both work. It just depends on where you're at with things. Both the programs I rolled out recently, the Fast Cash Rollout and the 7-Figure Sales Weapon, the links are in the description for those. They weren't pre-sold. They were programs that I literally locked the door here on my home office and just got to work getting them done. Conversely, the flagship program in our affiliate marketing arm of our business, the Super Affiliate Accelerator, back when we rolled that out at the end of 2019, we pre-sold that. Okay, so you've got both options at your disposal. Either way, what you want to come of it is an evergreen asset that you can sell over and over and over again with a sales page that does all the things that it needs to do for you, right? It tells people who it's for, it tells people what they're going to get, it tells people the outcome, it shares testimonials, it shares all of that relevant stuff for them so that they can read, watch, whatever, and make a decision without you being there. Okay, now here's a tip. There's a word that I just used called evergreen. As much as you can when you're building these assets is make them as evergreen as possible. Okay, make them include information that isn't going to change every 3 minutes. right? And this is tough if you're in like a super technical field, like if you're showing people how to do Google ads or Facebook ads or whatever. This can be tricky because the platforms change so much. But try and integrate at least some assets into your business that really draw on evergreen content and evergreen information that doesn't change all the time. Because then what you're creating is something that you literally put in the work once, right? So for example, the fast cash Rolodex, I locked myself in here for about a week and got it done. They were long days. I built everything from the ground up. And that is very evergreen content. That is stuff that draws on fundamental psychological buying triggers that cause people to buy stuff quickly and move, right? Like they read it and they go, shit, I need that. That's never changing. That's like basic human psychology. That's never changing. So that the content in that program is very, very evergreen, and it's something that I will be able to sell for a very, very long time without needing to update it or change it too much. And this is where the information business is so cool. And even I have days. I was talking to someone the other day, and I said I even had another epiphany. Like, I've been doing this for 4 years now, and whenever I roll out something new and it starts selling and you know, new customers coming in, I have this like, this is so cool that you can put the time in once, right? You put all your knowledge and your expertise on that topic into this thing that's going to be awesome and it's going to get people results, and then it can sell for you over and over and over and over and over again without you needing to be there. Like, the power of that, I think, gets massively undersold. That is awesome. That is so cool. And I find myself having, you know, random moments where I'm like, this is the coolest business in the world. And this is why we're so heavily focused on helping people with their info businesses, is because it's such a cool thing, right? It's an amazing asset for your business. And, you know, when you put out high quality content, you can really, really change someone's life. I got a message from a lady today who recently joined our Super Affiliate Accelerator program. And that's got 3 packages at the time of filming this. One's $1,000, one's $2,500, and one's $4,500. I think she joined at the $2,500 price point. And she messaged me on Facebook, and then my assistant passed it up to me. And it said, this is better than a program that I paid on a similar topic $13,000 for. So you can make massive shifts for people. Like, you can help them out so much if you put care and effort and all your experiences. You can genuinely help them, you know, avoid massive time wasting in the future, right? And that is very, very valuable, right? And this is where the people who do really well in the info space have the ability to shift their perspective on value and how value is derived. So, you know, for example, the Fast Cash Rolodex program, depending on when you're seeing this, that's either going to be at a $500 price point, or it's going to be at a $1,000 price point, or maybe more if we've increased it again, for that program. That is years of me finding strategies, testing strategies, tweaking them, trying the copy, all condensed down into something that someone can digest relatively quickly, but they can go and implement quickly. And, you know, we had a guy the other day who 3x'd his investment with 1 email. Like, the return that you can get on powerful information like that is huge. And that's how you need to start thinking about the information that you've got that's helpful for people. And that's where you derive your value from, and that's where you derive your prices from, right? Not how many hours of video is there, not how many worksheets do they get. It's what can it do for them, right? And what can it help them avoid, right? What costs can it save them? That's how you need to start shifting your perspective. And if you integrate that while start building out these assets and creating content that sells those assets, you can build a really, really powerful ecosystem that will sell while you are asleep, if you want to bring this back to a nice little end point, right? But the point of this isn't, you know, building a system that means you never have to do any work. It's about starting to leverage your time. It's about investing in building something once, getting it set up, getting it rolling, building marketing assets for it, and then over time you tweak the sales funnel. You might add some new things to it, you might take out some stuff as it kind of changes, but making it as evergreen as possible so that your time is as leveraged as possible. Okay, if you're serious about building an online business, and you've moved past the bullshit kind of I never have to do any work and sit on the beach and make passive income kind of thing, this is how you can get paid while you sleep. It's by engineering these systems that have assets that you create content, run ads or whatever, that can sell without you being there, and you're leveraging your time by doing something once, getting it all set up, and then fixing it or tweaking it and optimizing it over time. Okay, if you truly want to generate cash, grow a business, that you don't always have to be there, that can operate while you're not around, that allows you to take holidays and stuff, that's where you've got to start putting your time, is building out more and more assets that can allow you to do that. All right, and there's some pretty powerful tips in there on how to do that effectively. Okay, so hopefully this is reinforced for some people that that's the path you need to go down if you want to start to really earn some leveraged income. Hopefully I've steered a few people away from the world you don't want to be in of believing that you can make all this stuff happen by doing nothing. It's just not a place you want to be. It's going to cost you money, it's going to cost you time, it's going to cause you serious headache. Okay, so hopefully this video has kind of steered a few people in that direction. Start focusing on asset building. All right, you can head over to jacobcaris.com if you want help with that. You can check out the other programs. The links are in the description. Give the video a like if this set off any light bulbs for you around how to make this stuff work properly. I'll see you all in the next video. Cheers.